Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for October 2022. This is a general reading for Aquarius, and cross watchers are also welcome. Keep in mind that the individuals or energies identified in this reading may be swapped, and the intensity of the energy or situation may vary. So feel free to take whatever messages resonate and leave behind for others whatever does not. So Aquarius, we're going to start out with this Celtic cross reading and close off with an oracle card message. The current situation, you have the 10 of Wands. What crosses or covers is the Knight of Cups. Above you, you have the Chariot. Below you have the 4 of Pentacles. In the past position, you have the Hierophant. In the near future, you have the 3 of Swords. Your attitude of the situation is Knight of Swords. In your environment, you have the 6 of Pentacles. In your hopes and fears, you have the King of Cups. The outcome is the 10 of Pentacles. So here, this seems to be in relation to relationships. In relation to relationships. The current situation seems to be something that you had set a goal for, that you wanted to pursue, and it's feeling a bit draining, difficult, not really feeling where you wanted it to go quite yet. And what you have here as crossing you have the Knight of Cups. This kind of seems like another individual, so maybe you're pursuing a relationship of some sort with this person. This could be a friendship, platonic friendship. This could be a romance. Your attitude of the situation with the Knight of Swords is almost kind of trying to make something happen, like kind of almost the sense of doing something is better than waiting to see what happens. Even though you might not have thought everything out, it's kind of like almost you interpret inaction as a bigger statement than it might actually be, and you might overestimate the significance of an action that someone does as well. For example, what I mean by that is, like, if someone is not texting you for a period of, I don't know, an hour, you are interpreting that lack of communication as meaning that they're over it, they don't want to hang out with you, they don't want to be friends with you anymore. And you know, someone texting you, hey, what are you up to? You kind of make it seem, oh, well, they probably want to hang out with me right now. I need to cancel all my other plans and make myself available. It's that type of thought process. Because above you in your conscious mind, you have this Chariot where it is this kind of like action-oriented behavior of kind of going, taking a path, going for victory, making things happen. And here in the past position of the Hierophant, this could be some type of organization or even some type of course that you took. In terms of organization, this could be, for example, a workplace, and you're going, hanging out with a coworker, or this could be a school and you are hanging out with another colleague, another student. Or it's, you've read some kind of articles or YouTube videos, pick a cards on how love's going to be for you or how things going to play out. And so you're sticking with that, but we'll clarify. We'll see what that's about. Below you, you have the Four of Pentacles, which kind of indicates trying to hold on to something, especially when it's in this jar here, contained, not letting anything out, but it's also not letting anything in. In your environment, you have the Six of Pentacles. So it may be that there are, others around you that kind of are giving you advice, giving you suggestions, being, kind of letting you know that they're there for you, and perhaps giving you tips on like how to discern what is it that you want versus what it is you need in life, and possibly with this Knight of Cups. In your hopes and fear, you have the King of Cups, which it could be that you're hoping that this Knight of Cups is that King of Cups for you, someone that's emotionally stable, someone who's caring, supportive, and it has an open heart and wants to share that open heart with you. In the near future, you have the Three of Swords. So it may be that you have to deal with something from your past, like a prior disappointment, or it could be, trying to change this person into the Knight of Cups and needing to recognize that you can't really change people. They have to change on their own. But the outcome is the Ten of Pentacles. So there is a sense of emotional, material stability going on there. So Aquarius, let's take a look at this Hierophant in your past. You have the Ace of Imps or Ace of Wands. So it seems like there was some type of spark of life, some type of powerful beginning associated with this Hierophant. And it almost seems like just some type of, I want to say like structure, some kind of structure that you're both in together, however that is, whatever organization, whatever like belief system, but there's definitely a sense of both being like stoked about a concept, and maybe that's what brought you together. So let's see what's going on with the Ten of Wands in your current situation. You have the Knight of Pumpkins or Knight of Pentacles. So it's as if you're, putting in the work, putting in the effort, making things happen, because it's something that you wanted to pursue. You see a future of some sort there. So let's see what's going on with this Knight of Cups. You have Knight of Imps or Knight of Wands. You've got like all the knights over here. So it's interesting that you have all these knights, because basically the Knight of Swords the Knight of Wands, they are very action-oriented, you know, pursue the adventure, get into the mix of things. The Knight of Pumpkins, Knight of Cups, they are a little bit more patient, planning, and looking for, looking at the next steps of things. So here it's almost as if you feel like maybe what you have put so far into your relationship, into your interactions, you put a lot of work in it, you plan for that, and at this point, maybe you're feeling that they need to take more action, or you're hoping that things start getting more action oriented and moving things forward. So let's take a look at the Chariot here. You have the 8 of Bats, or the 8 of Swords. So here it's the focus is kind of moving things forward, making things happen. And again, that thought of, if things aren't moving forward, then the inaction is a sense of like nothing happening. The sense of it's either all or nothing almost, but things aren't usually that simple. So let's see what's going on with the 4 of Pentacles. You have the 5 of Ghosts, or the 5 of Cups. So that kind of indicates a sense of somewhat stuck in the past, somewhat driving this protection, self-preservation, self-protection, and it may be because you've been like hurt in the past, you haven't gotten over something, and you really, haven't dealt with that. But to some degree, it's almost as if this other person's actions will help you kind of move you forward. So it's almost like not looking at the things that hurt and using someone else's actions as a gauge of whether or not you're able to move on. So let's take a look at the Knight of Swords. You have the 3 of Imps, or the 3 of Wands. So yeah, in terms of whether or not things are moving forward, expanding, growing, it is like you need action and to show things are actually moving forward. So let's see about this 6 of Pentacles in your environment. You have the 4 of Ghosts, or the 4 of Cups. So in your environment, there's things, external factors that influence you. And here, those external factors have to do with kind of almost a sense of give and take, and learning reciprocity, kind of how different people have the ability to do different things. So if, let's imagine some society where someone is really good at weaving together leaves to make baskets to hold water. And someone else is not as good at that, but they are willing, they can like walk long distances and are able to at least carry the water. So they have to trust you with what they what they weave, this little carrying thing, for you to walk all the way to get the water and back. And so it's not exactly one-to-one exchange, but it's a sense of, well, you make the basket or the carrying thing, and I'll walk to the river and I'll walk back. We share the water, so I benefit from it, really, even though I didn't make this, like, leave weaving carrying thing. And but that's kind of the give and take there. And so you might have had to wait around all day, not seeing from me, not hearing from me, and just trust that I would be bringing you the water for us to share. So in your environment, it's a sense of there are those trying to help you see those things. So let's take a look at the King of Cups in your environment, or sorry, in your hopes and fears. You have the Justice card. So it's a sense of you're hoping that what you're doing is going to result in this King of Cups, that the effort you're putting in is going to have this result. So let's see what the Three of Swords is in the near future, because that's some disappointment. You have the Eight of Imps or Eight of Wands. So it's a sense of you're going to have that disappointment because of that, just advancing and expecting it's almost there, just a little further, a little quicker, a little faster, it's almost there. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, the outcome. What do you need to know about that? You have the Ten of Bats, which is the Ten of Swords. So it's almost a sense of you are probably you're going to eventually have this Ten of Pentacles. You're going to have that emotional stability and material stability and being able to share it. And but in terms of when you get there, how quick you get there, and who you get there with, it's a sense of you need to, your thoughts, your plans you're pretty much kind of sabotaging yourself. And once you realize that, then you'll be able to appreciate things in a different way, almost see the value in things differently, and see that you do have everything you need, or this person has everything they need, doesn't need to change, type of thing. So Aquarius, I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card for a message from your higher self to see what tricks and treats to be aware of this month. You have Spider, community, and web weaving. So Aquarius, this card kind of indicates that this web that you weave, that we all weave, in terms of connecting with people around us, friendships, acquaintances. We can either kind of be supportive of each other, or we can use it to kind of control each other. So here there is an understanding of, it's almost like this Eight of Bats up here. This sense of being entangled in your own your own thoughts and needing to understand sometimes how your ideas are different than others, but then maybe your ideas need to fit more with a larger community. But also it's like this concept of like reciprocity here seems to be really key. This idea of what you do for others. You don't want to do too much for others where they can't do for themselves, and you don't want others doing too much for you where you can't, do for yourself as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card to see about what kind of contradictions to be aware of as well. You have this card of openness versus secrets. So this kind of, begs the question of how open do you need to be? Do you have to tell everyone everything? If you tell everyone everything, is it oversharing? And if you don't tell everyone everything, is that necessarily secrets? So just this concept of almost, again, that action versus inaction. If you don't say something, does that mean you're keeping a secret? If you do say something, are you being open, or do you just want to make it seem like you're not, having secrets? And just understand that there's little nuances and differences that can, in someone's mind, have a big impact or a little impact. So that seems to be what, there appears to be what you will be dealing with this October. So, Aquarius, I'm hoping this reading provides a helpful perspective of the month. To uncover more, check out readings for each of your sun, moon, and rising signs. We'll see you next time. Take care.